class rock and country music facts and trivia. Appreciate you stopping by today's video. It's Monday. It's Saturday. Anything was a good reason. Johnny Cash and Waylon Jennings detailed their drug use in a 1985 interview. Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash were some wild cats. It's not secret that Cash, Jennings, and a number of other country music legends struggled with substance abuse at one point or another during their iconic music careers. Hell, many artists today do as well. It seems to come with the rock star territory. In 1985, Johnny Cash appeared on Late Night with David Letterman and was later joined in the interview by Waylon Jennings. When Cash and Jennings took the stage together, they started a hilarious bit about their living together, how Cash had the apartment and Jennings just lived there but cooked and ensured it was a good time. However, the best part of the interview was when they both started cracking jokes about their wild ways in the past. Letterman commented to Jennings that Cash was in the hospital last time he was on the show. Cash, who was not shy about the fact that he struggled with substances, replied with a witty remark, "Under the weather? Was that when I was at an alcohol and drug treatment center?" Waylon fires back with another great punchline, "No, I was still on drugs. You were off them at that point." After all the men laughed a little, Johnny Cash talks about how that point in his life was among the lowest. Letterman tries to change the topic, but Cash leads him back, saying he gave him the perfect opening to ask about Betty Ford, the former First Lady, pertained to him getting clean and sober. After Letterman insisted they could revisit the topic, Cash jokes that although he could tell him many stories about getting clean, this was not the crowd. 1 out of 6 people, these people don't want to hear about drug and alcohol abuse, not on this show, not this late at night. But Letterman said he wanted to revisit, so he posed a question asking how much of life he remembered during those years in the drug-induced haze. "Well, I remember almost everything. I had periods of blackouts, but you can always find excuses for taking drugs. Sometimes it was pain, a broken bone. I'd take a mood alter and painkillers. I read about an article about me in one of those papers recently about Johnny Cash was on mood alters and pain medication because of his cowboy boots. The high heel gave him back pain. I never thought of that either. You know why? I thought about all the excuses we use for taking drugs, like your wife left you, or your wife didn't leave you, your dog died, or your dog didn't die. It's Monday or it's Saturday. Anything was a good reason for taking drugs. To answer your question, I started taking them in 1958, amphetamines and barbiturates, to get up and to come down. I controlled it pretty well for a while, like you can do. But just like the alcoholic drinks from the bottle, finally the bottle starts drinking out of him. But the pills started to take me. In 1967, with the help of June, my faith, my religion, and my willpower, I managed to stop for a long, long time. But it was a broken bone that got me back to taking medication again, pain medication. And then it would make me nervous, and then I'd take something to go to sleep, and then something to get up in the morning. It was a cycle. Letterman asked then if writing and performing became a lot clearer once he got cleaned up. To what Cash says, it makes a world of difference. Letterman then asked Jennings if he had a similar experience. "I was on drugs for 21, almost solid. And like John, I had blackout times too, but I remember most of it too. I've been going on my 11th month now." The interview wraps up with Waylon telling the crowd how during the peak of his drug abuse, he was spending $1,000 a day. These two changed their tune later in life, but when we look back on interviews like this, we often find it hard to believe some of their stories because they're so wild. Make no mistakes. Substance abuse is no laughing matter, and many don't have the resources that Waylon and Johnny had to try and get clean. Their outlaw ways were out of control, no doubt, but it sure did lead to some good music and stories. It's one of my favorite things about Waylon Jennings, especially, is the stories, as he could tell a story, man. And I'm just so glad they both got clean and gave their life to God before they passed as well. Anyway, all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it very much. You guys have a great day. God bless you, and I'm praying for you.